So we have just read a book, so now let's read it. Okay, let's go. We have already read to here, so let's still read. Do opossums play possum? Has anybody ever said to you, "Oh, you are just playing possum"? What they mean is that you are just pretending to be asleep or hurt or whatever. This saying comes from a trick that the opossum actually plays, and this trick can be a matter of life and death. Many animals consider the opossum a tasty meal. Unfortunately, opossums aren't designed to protect themselves, and they are clumsy runners. When danger threatens, I need pee first.
We'd better get into Hagrid's. It's nearest, said Harry to Hermione, who nodded bravely, and the pair of them pulled Ron up by the arms.
What happened, Harry? What happened? Is he ill? But you can cure him, can't you?
Colin had run down from his seat and was now dancing alongside them as they left the pitch. Ron gave a huge heave, and more slugs dribbled down his front.
Oh,
Said Colin, and raising his camera.
can you hold him still, Harry?
Get out of the way, Colin.
Okay, so I'm back. Sorry. Okay, let's begin.
Ron out of the stadium and across the ground towards the edge of the pond.
Okay.
Nearly there, Ron.
Said Hermione as the gamekeeper's cabin came into view.
When danger threatens, they take refuge up a tree. But what if the nearest tree is too far away? Opossums have developed a trick to deal with that situation too. Its enemies won't eat a dead animal. So when they approach, a possum drops dead. Well, not really, but it's puts on a very good act. Drops down on its side with its tongue rolling lowly out of its mouth. It slows its heart rate and breathes at many close and may close its eyes. The suitor can nudge it, pick it up, and even shake its snowy bones. Eventually, the attacker will eat, and the opossum is safe to return to life. I'm pretty sure it's going to rain today.
But its expression brightened when it
Can a porcupine suit its quills? Porcupine quills are sharp, painful, and hard to remove, but they are a great way for porcupines to protect themselves.
cabin, which had an enormous bed.
Even how amazing it would be if porcupines could actually shoot their quills as many people say they do. Well, fortunately for an innocent passerby, the porcupine must wait for an intruder to complete enough shots. The quills attach loosely to its body and tail and break off on contact with the intruder's skin. Many curious dogs have come too close and run out yelping. Face full of quills. Sometimes quills will fly as the porcupine moves quickly, and these fly helter-skelter and land wherever gravity takes them. Can groundhogs predict the weather? Yes, folks, here we are again. It's February 2, National Groundhog Day. And we are waiting patiently for the groundhog to predict when spring will be here. It's an old superstition brought to North America by the British and the Germans. People used to believe that if the sun shining is on February 2 and a groundhog saw its shadow, it would be frightened and would return to its underground home for the remaining 6 weeks of the winter. But if the day was cloudy, the groundhog wouldn't see its sad. Would stay above ground and spring would come early. However, scientists have not proved that the groundhog is a reliable weather forecaster. How rivers built dams. Imagine the life of a fever gnawing on trees until they form, breaking them great distances. A dam of mud and sticks What is the beaver's reason for doing this?
gasped Ron, coming back up. Mudblood's a really foul name for someone who's mud.
Beavers build their homes in ponds, and these must be deep enough not to freeze all the way during winter.
They're what people call pure blood.
The entrances to a beaver lodge are underwater, and the beaver family must be able to get in and to find food even when the top of the pond is frozen. By building them across stream, the beaver eventually blocks the outflow of water. Like a giant plug, the dam holds the water in, and a deeper pond is created, making it a perfect place for beavers to live. What do beavers use their tails for?
Married muggles, we'd have died out. He retched and ducked out of sight again.
Everyone recognizes the beaver by its broad, flat tail that looks like a squash pine cone. You would think that the tail that looks this usual wants some special uses, and it does. The beaver uses its tail both on land and in the water. On land, whenever a beaver stands on its hind legs to chop down a nest or chase the tree, its tail helps it keep its balance underwater. The tail becomes a good rudder to steer the beaver as it swims. It also works as a balance whenever the beaver is towing a heavy log, and the sight of a beaver slapping its tail on the water as it dives warns other beavers of possible danger, and they dive too. As you can see, the peculiar looking tail comes in handy.
I told Lockhart you didn't need to. You're more famous than him without trying.
Oh man, that's still really long.
Sitting up and rubbing his chin.
Why are giraffes so tall? The tallest living animal is the giraffe. Born giraffes it may be as high as 5.5 meters, 80 feet above the ground. That's over twice the height of an average ceiling in a house. Giraffes are not always so tall. Scientists know from fossils that prehistoric giraffes were not much taller than a horse. Giraffes gradually grew longer necks in order to reach roots that other browsers, woody stem eaters, couldn't reach. With long necks, a giraffe are now able to feed on the top of trees well above the reach of the nearest competitors. Why do camels have humps? Some people think of camels' humps as a shot of large potato or water cooler in which the camels carry water from desert emergencies. This would seem like a good idea, but it's not true. The camel's hump is actually made of fat. Camels live in a very harsh climate where food is often scarce, and for long periods they might have to rely on the stored fats for the energy they need to survive. There is another benefit to having humps.
You might run into someone else at my house. He winked at Harry.
They make a thick barrier between the harsh rays of the desert sun and the camel's vital organs, just as the heart and liver. This barrier actually helps keep these organs a little cooler than they would otherwise be. Do house mice live only in house?
Ron hiccuping occasionally.
When you watch cartoons or read fairy tales, you begin to think that mice live only in people's houses and that they spend their lives tormenting cats with many narrow escapes. But suddenly believes that people's houses are dry, warm, lively, relatively safe, and usually there is some form of food around. But mice are wild creatures and live not only in houses but in just any place you can imagine. They are mice in the Arctic, in the deserts, and high up in the mountains. They have found nests thing in almost every marsh, forest, field, and grassland in the world. Since they're so small, they can make their homes in any tiny nook or cranny. They live in burrows, tree stumps, under masses of grass, and even in snow houses.
8 o'clock sharp, both of you. Harry and Ron slouched
And when they live near humans, people have found mice nesting in our shoes, car engines, and inside old tin cans. To a whole mass, any place can be a home. Any place can be home. Do mice like cheese? Mice have lived almost anywhere and eat almost anything, including cheese. Their reputation for loving cheese probably dates back to the early days of their association with people. A long time ago, when there were no refrigerators or freezers, only some foods can be stored. Cheese gets warm and it was stored wrapped in cloth or sealed with wax. Mice are always quick to find a free meal, and the smell of cheese stronger than that of many foods. Quick chew, and there was dinner. Since people often found mice nibbling the stores of cheese, they thought that this was a mice's favorite food instead of just the easiest one to find.
were countless framed photographs of Lockhart.
It's just a mouse.
Another large pile lay on his desk. You can address the envelope,
Boo!
Lockhart.
What's that, Mom?
This was a
It's just a mouse. I was really afraid of mice. Have you ever seen a cartoon that shows a huge elephant running in fear from a tiny mouse? I believe that the elephants are afraid of mice. Mice has been around for a long time, but it is simply not true. Zoo directors and circus trainers agree that elephants pay no attention to the mice that run through their barns. Someone even went so far as to an experience. Mice were tossed to an elephant in the zoo, and the elephant simply sniffed as it turned back to its peanuts.
writing out Veronica Smedley's address. It must be really
If elephants aren't afraid of mice, what are they afraid of? Well, it depends on how elephants you're talking about. A lone elephant will show fear of dogs and human beings, but a herd of wild elephant isn't afraid of a thing. If provoked, it has been now to attack people, causing even hazards. What would be silly enough to provoke a herd of wild elephants? What's that, Mom? Boo! It's just a mouse. Okay. Why does a kangaroo have a pouch? Newborn human babies can look awfully small and helpless, but they look like giants compared to a newborn kangaroo. A brand new kangaroo, Joey, is about the size of a jelly bean. It is blind and deaf and so underdeveloped that eyes, ears, and back legs haven't even appeared. The Joey uses strong front legs and powerful sense of smell to make its way into its mother pouch. Though the distance is not very far, Joey is so tiny and helpless that it would be the same as you climbing a 10-story building just using your arms. Once inside the pouch, the baby kangaroo attaches onto one of its mother nipples. For several months, it will stay safe and warm inside, drinking milk and growing larger and furrier and ready to face the world outside its mother's pouch.
to bed and waited. Half an hour later, Ron arrived.
How high can a kangaroo jump? The kangaroo is nature's champion high jumper. With a push from its long, powerful hind legs, a kangaroo can jump as high as 2 meters 6 feet. Kangaroos can cover 8 meters 20 feet
Keeping his voice low so he's not
in a single leap. When the pressure is on, a kangaroo can make these enormous jumps while traveling at speeds of up to 75 kilometers 40 miles per hour. The front legs of kangaroo are very small and not nearly as long as the hind legs. They are only used They're only useful when a kangaroo crawls on all fours,
Chapter 8. The Death Day.
cares
October.
when it usually does when it is looking for food. The kangaroo's long, thick tail is very important for having its balance while hopping. When it's not moving, it stands upright. Its tail and hind legs acting a tripod. When it's not moving, it stands upright. The tail and hind legs acting a tripod.
Her whole head was on fire. Raindrops the size of bullets.
The position enables
The lake rose.
the kangaroo to use its eyes, nose, and ears to detect enemies. If an enemy comes along, boing, the kangaroo bends away, leaving its paw behind.
Training sessions, however, was
What animal has a beard and 12 feet like a duck? It acts like a chicken, nurses its young like a cat.
turning to Gryffindor Tower, drenched to the skin.
Give up is the duck-bearded platypus. Amazing animal.
Fred and George, who had been spying
Because it nurses its young for milk as mammals do. Platypus
they reported that the Slytherin
is the duck-bearded platypus.
7 greenish blue
The platypus is a true mammal, but most mammals have noses and lips. The platypus has a leathery beak, which it uses to poke worms, insects, small animals at the riverbanks. It has no teeth, but it uses the hard ridges on its beak to grin food. All 4 of its feet are wet, which makes it an expert swimmer. Its toes end in sharp claws, which it uses to dig tunnels in stream banks where it builds a nest. In a nest, the female lays from 1 to 3 eggs. When the eggs hatch, the mother uses a tail to hold the next young platypuses close to a body to nurse. A male platypuses have spurs on their hind legs connected to poison glands in their body. In the front, they would dig their claws into the enemy and release the poison. Since platypuses once live in zoos, you can only see them in Australia. Yes, that's right. That's such a long time. That second took a really long time.
more than I do. That it's all been quick and clean, and my head had come off properly. I mean, it would have saved me a great deal of
What's
pain and ridicule.
rhinoceros?
Nearly had this neat
Rhinoceroses. There are 2 kinds of rhinoceroses that live in the southern half of Africa: the black rhinos and the white rhinos. But neither kind is black or white. They are both a muddy gray. Why? What was the name given by early Dutch-speaking settlers to one group of rhinos that had a white Dutch upper lip? Later settlers spoke English, misunderstood, and thought that white means white. And if one rhino was white, the other must be black.
took several deep breaths and then said,
There are other rhinos too. The Asian rhinoceros that live in India and the dwarf species that live in Indonesia. They are both colored muddy gray too.
he looked down and found himself gazing
I'm a rhino, yeah.
skeletal grey cat.
While zebras have stripes. A zebra stripes run all over its body and usually on its ears, mane and tail too. No zebras look the same. Each one has a different pattern of stripes, just as humans all have different patterns of fingerprints. The zebra stripes help to hide them from the enemies. They live in grasslands and the stripes look like grass being blown in the wind when Walking when they lie down, they are almost totally hidden as the straws blend in with the long grass.
Tartan scarf bound around his head and his nose.
But the straws are supposed to look like grass. Why aren't they green? You must keep in mind that most animals are colorblind. The zebra is, and so it is its main enemy. The lion sees everything as black and white, even
So Harry
green grass.
a nearly headless Nick and followed Filch back downstairs, doubling the number of muddy footprints on the floor. Harry had never been inside Filch's office before. It was a place
While the hippopotamus carry balls on their backs.
windows, lit by a
Have you ever seen the comic with the chatting bird perched on the back of the apple? This is not a fanciful as it might seem. Certain types of birds, like egrets and oxpeckers, do stand a source of large animals, including hippos, oxen, and rhinos. The bodies of the giant horse are crawling with sticks and other insects. The birds perch there for an easy-to-reach snack. Along with the meal, they get a free ride and are safely out of reach of predators. And what does the large horse get out of it? Well, a good clean up of the annoying pets it can't reach itself, and an extra look out for danger is a pretty good deal for everyone concerned. Oh man!
ride. It was only a bit of mud, said Harry.
It's only a bit of mud to you, boy, but to me it's an extra hour scrubbing.
Shouted Filch, a drip shivering unpleasantly at the end of his bulb.
That could take on forever.
Ride, befouling the
Oh man!
sentence.
Gabbing at his screaming nose, Filch squinted unpleasantly at Harry, who waited
That went really fast.
for the sentence to fall. But as Filch lowered his quill, there was a great bang on the ceiling of the office which made the oil lamp rattle.
Finish! Goodbye! Like that's how we go.
Down his quill in a trunk full of
Need to read 1,000 words more.
This time I'll have
As a competition.
glance at Harry, Filch ran flat-footed from the office, Mrs. Norris squeaking alongside him.
This one is already crazy.
The school talked about
Why does an elephant have a trunk? One of the most amazing natural animal tools is the elephant's trunk. It exercises of muscles and it can densely pluck a blade of grass. With incredible power, lifts an entire tree. The trunk is made up of parts that are found in the nose and upper lip of other animals. These parts are joined into a long, sensitive tube. At its tip, joined into a sensitive tube.
with silver lettering on the front. With a quick
Oh, at its tip, there are one or two fingers, depending many nerve endings, so that the elephants can feel what it touches. The elephants of the inside of the trunk is just like the lining of your nose, and the elephant has an excellent sense of smell. Tiso,
feel out of step
what are you doing?
not magic. Find yourself making
Some
excuses not to perform simple spells.
Okay. Some people think that elephants ring through their trunk, but if you have ever gotten water up your nose when you have been swimming, you will know how awful it's because elephant sucks water up into his trunk to 5 liters, 20 cups with each snackful, and sprays it into its mouth for swallowing. Keep its nose free to breathe.
For the recipe of my simulation solution.
Do you know? Hey!
Prod of Didsbury says,
What has he done?
charms, but 1 month into your fabulous quick spell course, I succeeded in turning her into a yak. Thank you.
Wait a minute. My brother so is crazy.
Harry thumbed through the rest
Give
of
that.
its content. Why on earth did Filch want a quick spell course? Did this mean he wasn't a proper wizard? Harry was just reading lesson 1, holding your wand, with useful tips, when shuffling footsteps outside told him Filch was coming back. Stuffing the parchment back
That
in
is
the
my
envelope,
friend,
he threw it back onto the
it's
desk.
a little collie. And yeah, just, you know, we can put it on our back. Yeah.
extremely valuable.
He was saying gleefully to Mrs. Norris.
We'll have peas out this
It's not so funny.
His eyes fell then got a quick spell into them, which realized
Still a friend.
mind 2 feet away before
Yeah, who cares that? Let's see already. Already. It's like a minute already. Ah. Did you know an elephant keeps score by using its ears? The ear of an elephant is as big or red as a wheelbarrow and probably weighs twice as much as you do. Each ear is lined with a network of blood vessels. When the elephant feels hot, it waves its ears back and forth like a fan. The flapping cools down the blood in its ears. When the blood travels through the elephant's body, it cools out the entire animal. Do elephants have good memories? African elephants that have traveled away from an area seem to remember where they are is a wonder back. Some can find their way to watering holes they haven't seen for decades. Studies show that the rear relies on the memory that the old female leaders to lead it and to avoid trouble. So in one sense, elephants do have good memories. But if you are thinking of memory in the sense that they can be strong cases of past events as we can, then the answer would certainly be no. You forgot again. How come I'm the one who has to remember anything?
they set off up the corridor together.
Oh man, that's kind of long. What's about? Oh, please. One more pages. Okay. As lost, lazy, give that ball of cheese. Give it to me.
This Halloween will be my 500th birthday, said Nearly Headless.
Sloths move in slow motion all the time, but the fact that sloths never hurry doesn't mean that they are lazy. Sloths only eat leaves, and leaves don't provide a lot of energy. Being slow actually helps the sloth to survive. Everything about sloths is designed to save energy. They have extra long necks that enable them to reach leaves without moving their bodies. They even grow green all day on their fur so that they can hide from enemies among the green tree leaves and don't have to run away from danger. Sloths are not lazy, they're just good energy savers. Oh, that's what it is. What is the fastest land animal, especially the cheetah? Of course. Who will make ESP? Rest always gets caught by these unmarked cheetahs. A yellow body covered with black spots is growing suddenly through the tall grass. See an antelope grazing nearby, scratches low, it charges the antelope guides away, but its second is its to run. The cheetah is the only meat-eating mammal that can overtake an antelope. Over short distances, it is the fastest animal on earth. From a resting position, cheetahs can reach a speed of 72 kilometers, 45 miles in 2 seconds. In full stride, it can run as fast as 11.3 kilometers, 70 miles per hour. That's faster than most cars travel on highway. How fast can horses run? Different kinds of horse can run or gallop at different speeds. Work horses have been bred to be large and heavy for pulling heavy loads, so they do not run very quickly. Riding horses are lighter. Any good riding horse can gallop about 50 kilometers, 30 miles per hour for short distances. Of course, race horses can gallop the fastest. A quarter horse is bred especially for running races that only 400 measures a quarter of a mile. That's longer than this. The world record for speed is set by a quarter horse. Big Rackets, who ran 400 measures a quarter of a mile 28 seconds in 1945. Big Red Kids was running 69 kilometers, 43 miles per hour. In 1973, Arsenal Secretariat ran a race of almost 20 kilometers, 118 miles, at a speed of over 61 kilometers, 38 miles per hour, also a world record. So we finished reading a book. So goodbye everyone. See you later. Have a nice day.